When talking about whether an idol has a stunning visual, people often just think about how that person looks from the front, and that's that. However, there are still ironic situations where some look super stunning, are recognized by the public as an original visual, but are still said to have a rather unattractive side profile. Apparently, that sounds kind of counterintuitive, but according to some opinions, there are still solid reasons to solidify such a belief. Number 1. Jennie. Though Jennie didn't exactly meet all the criteria of a typical South Korean beauty, she still got everyone to fall head over heels for the unique visual that is a perfect combination between sexiness and cuteness. While most people would fit with only a certain kind of makeup and fashion style, Jennie could effortlessly slay anything thrown at her, thanks to the versatile visual. However, because no one is 100% perfect in the eyes of netizens, some said that even when they admitted Jennie's visual was top tier, she still had one of the least justifying side profiles. Because of the dumpling cheeks that went hand in hand with a super small face, which was initially also the thing that helped Jennie have that cutesy vibe in her kittenish look, her cheekbones were said to be all covered, decreasing the definedness of her facial structure. Out of the 4 members, Jennie was the only one to have a slightly recessed chin, and more baby fat concentrated on the lower cheeks, leading to the desired S-line being subdued. Not only that, she also had a gummy smile and a short, slightly convex nose. While fans consider these are the cutest features, some said these instead worsened her side profile, as they distorted the contour and dimension of her face when smiling. With a natural resting bitch face, Jennie's lips were thus a little bit pouty, and in the eyes of some, this trait also made her side profile less justifying, compared to her front side visual. On other threads, where netizens ranked the side profiles of each member, Jennie was also frequently named last, even when people didn't hold any grudges against her, and just simply tried to be as objective as possible. However, that didn't necessarily mean that Jennie was not attractive, because throughout the thread, many emphasized that the reason she was ranked last was only that other members had a more appealing side profile with more defined features. Plus, also thanks to the dumpling cheeks and the less prominent jawline, Jennie is also frequently praised for looking way younger than people her age. I mean, who would look at her and say that she was 26 years old this year? Absolutely no one. Number 2. Ryujin. Besides Jennie, Ryujin also received lots of mixed opinions about her side profile. And according to some, while her front view visual was incredibly stunning, and they kinda look forward to seeing her debuting as an actress considering how she shared a lot in common with actress Han So-hee appearance-wise, her side profile was said to just not be it. Some said her side profile wasn't the best compared to her front view visual. And in one topic, titled, "Which K-pop idol has a less attractive side profile?", people were encouraged to voice their opinions without hate speech. And Ryujin was even there topping the list. As some pointed out, the way her lips slightly protruded and her nose appeared rather concave due to the long nose tip made her face less attractive when looking from the side. Similar to Jennie, as Ryujin also had faintly overbite teeth and a recessed chin, they also failed to give her the desired ogi curve that the public wanted to see at a typical visual, especially the one that was so hyped up like Ryujin. However, many others found the side profile of Ryujin visually pleasing, and believed whether or not her visual looked good depended a lot on the camera angles. For example, compared to the picture where the angle was tilted down a bit to the one where the camera was placed parallel to her face, it was clear that her side profile wasn't unattractive at all. In the pictures taken when Ryujin appeared at the Louis Vuitton PFW, it was clear that her side profile was totally as justifying as the front side visual. In fact, her nose, lips, and chin also fell on the ricket line quite clearly, and according to science, this was clearly a sign that her facial features had a really good ratio. Number 3. Yua. Yua has been famous as the living doll of K-pop, not only because of the fair porcelain complexion, but also for the face that was as gorgeous as being molded. In fact, her visual had already stood out significantly before the debut with Oh My Girl, because as Yua herself once shared on Radio Star in 2016, she had always been annoyed by perverts, and on average, she would be stalked by some strange men in their 20s or older 5 days a week. However, it was also because of such features like the unbelievably small face accompanied by the chubby cheeks, big eyes, and plump lips, that some said her side profile came across as kinda weird, because every feature stood out prominently on its own, rather than blending together to create a visually pleasing look. While Yua's big round eyes were the biggest factor helping her have such a doll-like look, they appear to be slightly protruding from the side, especially because this feature is fitted into such a small face, along with the high forehead, chubby cheeks, and super plump lips. Her face was said to suddenly look stuffed and unnatural. Plus, as the little hump on her nose bridge was revealed when looking from the side, some even had more reasons to say that her side profile was way less justifying to the front view visual. However, there were still opinions saying that you all looked good regardless of angles. Especially for the hamster cheeks that were said to cover her cheekbones and define jawline, some defended that this feature actually helped her maintain the baby, ageless look, despite the cruelty of time. Number 4. MOMO. Talking about Twice's visual, most will immediately think of either Chewy or Sana. But as time passes, especially since the Feel Special forward, MOMO's visual gradually captures the attention of everyone because of the mature features. Plus, as MOMO has been hitting the gym recently, the lines on her face started to appear more defined. However, when it comes to MOMO's side profile, some said it did no justice to her visual, since, looking from the side, her face appeared to be quite flat and unharmonious. Compared to the desired Ogi curve and ricket line expected at a top-tier visual, MOMO was assessed to not meet the bar because of the low cheekbones, short chin, and thin lips. Others also agreed that the slightly crooked nose was kind of unpleasant to the eyes. When the members of Twice were ranked based on their side profile, MOMO was also frequently seen at either the 8th or 9th position. But rather than hate speech, most just expressed their opinions based on the objective observation as to who had the least justifying side profile to their front view visual. Number 5. Nayeon. Maybe you find that it's much of a surprise to find Nayeon on this list, because at the end of the day, she's still the center of the most successful girl group of JYP. Plus, her visual is always said to be among the top tier of Gen 3, thanks to the bunny type of face and the smile as bright as the sun. That's why, even when Chewy is the official visual of Twice, questions like, why Nayeon isn't the visual, still popped up once in a while, as people just couldn't get enough of her beauty. However, when it comes to her side profile, some said that they suddenly found her visual kinda awkward. As some pointed out, due to the heavily recessed chin and the jawline that was subdued by her baby fat, Nayeon's side view visual looked way less attractive than other members, and even the front view visual of her own. Combining that with the high cheekbones, the slightly raised nose, and the extremely high nose bridge, Nayeon's face creates the impression that the upper part is lifted up a little bit too much. When the members of Twice were ranked based on their side profile, many also placed Nayeon at the 9th and 8th spot, saying that her straight and narrow forehead was also one of the reasons her appearance looking from the side was way less attractive than the front side visual. However, there are disagreeing opinions, believing that the photos chosen to bring down her side profile were only taken in odd angles, and whether or not it looked good depended a lot on personal preferences. For example, while Sana was always there topping the list of Twice's members with the best side profile, some still said they didn't agree, because her nose was a bit crooked. So, which idol do you think doesn't deserve to be judged on their side profile? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Also, remember to like, share, and subscribe to BeBoss TV for more interesting K-pop content. Thank you for watching.